Hey there, and we're back with the Piano Method Level 1A, looking at page 30, Journey's End. So this, at the top of the page, it says, mastering shifting hand positions, right? We've had C position, we've had D position, and now it's combining those two. So it says shifting hand positions, move from one position to the other, always keeping a steady beat. Allow the quarter note rest before each position change to give you a moment to reset the hand. So what happens in here, it starts off, you can tell that first note's a D. They say put your thumb on it. Same with the left hand, you're starting in D position, right? It's going to stay that way all the way through the second line, and then into the third line it says D position. And then 2 measures later, on the third measure, it says C position. So you do have a quarter note rest to make that shift, but you're just shifting to C and then back to D. Right, and that stays that way for the rest of the piece. So it's just those 2 measures are going to be in C position. You have to keep it in mind. When you make that shift, try not to look at your hands, just slide. All right, beyond that, it's counting a lot of eighth notes. You start with an eighth rest, right? So they count that first line for you. It's rest and 2 and 3, which means your left hand will start on the first beat, but your right hand starts on the and, right? So on the end of 1. And just like we've been doing with the basic timing, these are eighth notes at the quarter note. Make sure you can even write in that and. Make sure it's longer, right? So 3 and 4 and. You can also think rest, short, 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 long, short, short, long, short, 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 long. Make sure your long notes are long enough. Okay, let's just do the right hand for the first line so you get that rhythm in there. 1, 2, and ready, and go, and rest. So just make sure those long notes are longer. All right, so let's do the whole right hand. We're going to take it from the beginning to end. There's one other thing that this piece is starting to work on, and that is some new symbols and terms. We got a ritardando, which is gradually slower, and that usually happens at the end of the song, and you're going to see it at the very end here. There it is. You're going to gradually slow down at the end. And then you're also working on a crescendo, gradually getting louder, which you'll see in the second line, gradually getting bigger and bigger. And then a decrescendo, gradually getting quieter, right? And that's at the end of that second line. And then later on, it'll happen also at the end of the song. Okay, so right hand, getting the counting and the notes, right? The shifting hand position, and then hopefully dynamics. Okay, 1, 2, 3, right hand, rest. Second line, rest, and getting louder, and getting softer, 2, 3, 4, third line, rest, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, rest, rest, 2, 3, 2, rest, back to D position, 3, 4, last line, 1 and 2. Slowing down, 3 and okay, that's the idea with that. So again, watch for those shifting places, and there's not extra time. There's a quarter rest, right? And then like here, you have a quarter rest and then another quarter rest to kind of anticipate, but just slide to the side. All right, left hand, right back at the top. Left hand's easier. Mostly it's half notes, right? It's pretty stable, but it shifts at the same time the right hand does. Okay, left hand, 1, 2, ready, go, pinky, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Second line, steps, 2, 4, getting louder, 1, 2, and getting softer, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. Third line, 1, rest in C position. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Rest D position. 1, 2, 3. Last line. 4, 2, 4. And back to steps. 1, 2, 4, 2, 4. Slowing down. 3 and 4 and 1. All right. So together, putting them together. And again, what happens with this particular song, the right hand starts with a rest, but the left hand does not. So it's left first. It's 1 and 2. Okay, so from the top, 1, 2, ready, and go, and 1. Second line, 1. Getting louder, getting softer. 1, 2, 3. Third line, mezzo forte, 1, 2. Rest C position, 1, 2. Rest and shift, 1, 2. Last line, 1 and 2. And quieter. And slowing down, 2 and 3 and 4 and that last little thing you see on that note is a fermata. I'll just point that out. This little thingy there, that's a fermata. That means just to hold it longer. Usually it's 4 beats. You can make it 5 or 6. Just let it fade away, right? So right and left hand fermatas. All right, have fun.